Thank you. A few months ago, I allowed my daughter to sweep me off my feet and into a karaoke evening at a local pub. I'm honestly not sure how it happened that I would find myself there in the first place, and to my great surprise, with a mic singing "We Are Family" with my mother and daughter and a couple of her friends on a Friday night in a room full of total strangers. Well, not everyone was a stranger. One of my pastors was present, in case you're worried about the pub part of the story. What I didn't know about karaoke, and what I never would have guessed, is how incredibly supportive the other amateur singers are, and those who are listening, who are mostly the other singers, as it turns out. We are all singers on karaoke night. A great warmth spread through the room. People jumped to their feet. They clapped and cheered for whoever was singing, no matter how badly. And for the people who sing badly, which of course I was one, they join in. The guy running the equipment might turn the music up and the microphone down as his way of helping out. You're celebrated with every little move you make, every breath you take. There's a deep sense of being in it together, even if your singing ship is sinking fast. I was touched. As Arlene mentioned, in the past year and a bit, I have been upheld, cheered on, walked beside, picked up, dusted off, and boosted up by many people, including people who are in this room. On January 13, 2023, my husband Brent, a pastor here in Ottawa at St. Peter and St. Paul's Anglican Church, died from a rare side effect of a kidney transplant that had seemed successful until it wasn't. My beautiful husband, a gifted priest, treasured father and son, and a leader who I believe was just coming into his fullest productivity and impact in the church, died of untreatable brain cancer. In the valley of the shadow of death, I feared evil. I tried to believe that the shepherd was with us, because to not believe would be worse. I knew that. But the rod and the staff, they did not comfort me. People comforted us, and I saw that this was probably how it worked. That is how it worked. The comfort came in trays of lasagna and hugs and fixing the lock on our front door. It came in cards and notes, and Arlene cleaning my house for me and sticking with me for the whole story. She came to my house for breakfast just last week. Reassurance I was not alone was Mark and Tracy offering to clean my house for me and bringing me a bag of treats for when I returned to a Brentless house after being away for work. Vicky offered to clean my fridge. And I am aware that right now you're thinking I must have a very messy house. All these offers to clean it. And my work. How blessed I was to work with the people I work with. Not one person offered easy answers. When I sat in our boardroom, swept away by a tsunami of grief, our director of public policy stood up and closed the door. Someone else brought me a glass of water. Dave, my partner in the Faith Today podcast, who does the tech and texts me to say it's time to wrap up, stood beside me and put his hand on my shoulder, and no one said a word. I cried myself out, and then we got on with our common work. They were my witnesses, and that was what I needed. Witnesses to my love and my sorrow. I am so thankful. There are no answers to some kinds of losses. There is only hand on shoulder, hand on vacuum, and here is a glass of cold water. Drink. One day I sat in my living room talking to my boss, David, who is a theologian as well as president of our organization, and faithless me told him there was no mercy anywhere. He said, "Here are 7 places I can see mercy," and he gently listed for me what I then could not. And I'm so glad I had so many pastor friends and a bishop or two to call and ask my very hard questions, my stumper questions. Most of you don't have any easy answers either, I'm guessing, and that is better. Thank you for that. But this is not a thank you speech. I have not won a prize. This is about seeing friends willing to show up courageously in grief and sorrow, and for the most part, stay quiet. This is crawling out of a pit, looking back to see the people gently pushing, and looking up to see the people pulling. We have been so carried and comforted in a collaboration of tenderness. We can collaborate with other people in their healing and in our own. Collaborate in suffering, collaborate in joy, collaborate in love. I have also seen that not everyone can do this work because it is work. Grief is a lot of work for everyone. Being with super sad people who are so disappointed is work. You don't understand until you can actually understand. And I hope I will be better at showing up now to collaborate in the healing of others if they will allow it. I have discovered that you don't need an entire love army after all, at least not for long. At the beginning, when you're in the casserole receiving stage, it's nice to have a big group for variety's sake. But you don't need a crowd for long. It's not sustainable. Your team can be small and still mighty. So when we talk about spiritual friendships in the city, we're also talking about practical friendships. The spiritual is practical. The practical is spiritual. Holy is and holy does. I know that now more than ever. Showing up matters more than we can know. We need the people who will be our witness to our love and to our sadness and to our joy again on some bright day. We need the people who will turn up the music, who will see us clearly and dearly in all of our staggering confusion. Rejoice with those who rejoice, weep with those who weep, and my gut tells me the weepers need you more. We need the friends who will stand up and cheer at our smallest victories. We need the people who will sing with us and who will sing for us when we can't do it on our own. Thank you.